Hey there, good morning. Happy finally Friday to you. Welcome to Breakfast with Bridgett live here on News 6 Plus and clickorlando.com. I'm Bridgett Ellison. Good to have you with us. And we have a busy breakfast today. We will be checking in on our weather and traffic. We'll be recapping the big parade for Lake Mary yesterday and previewing the one coming up tomorrow. We also have a live interview with a former Disney Mouseketeer about the upcoming 90s Con that's coming to the area in just a few weeks, as well as the foundation that former Mouseketeers are using to help with charity and outreach in the community and the youth. So we'll look at that in a little bit. And we have a preview of the Black Men Sundays podcast coming up as well, and much, much more. So let's get to it. Let's head over to the Pinpoint Weather Center with meteorologist Michelle Morgan in for Candace. Hi, Michelle. Happy Friday.
Hey, Bridget. Happy Friday to you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I think I need a little bit more caffeine, but I'm just glad it's Friday.
Yes, I hear you. The weather's looking really good today heading into the weekend. It's a big weekend. It's Labor Day weekend. Also, we have the parade for the boys out in Lake Mary, and it looks like the weather's going to cooperate. So there's so much to talk about. And I know you don't like to talk about the tropics, but I am looking at two waves that one of them have a good chance of developing into a tropical depression early next week. So there's a lot to talk about.
Okay, well, let's get to it.
Let's get to it, girl. So we are looking at some showers and storms moving across Volusia County this morning. Nothing major, just a few downpours, but it'll be brief. Things are beginning to fade. But temperature-wise, we are starting off very warm and very muggy across the area. Check this out. As you take a live look outside, from our Light Orlando Delivering Hope camera, seeing some high-level clouds out in the distance, plenty of sunshine to go around, but temperatures are in the upper 70s in Orlando and Daytona Beach. Ocala, good morning, starting off at 74, and Melbourne, much warmer at 81 degrees. So as we go through the morning, I do think things will remain pretty dry across Central Florida. Can't rule out a few isolated light showers, but later on this afternoon, rain chances go up between 20 and 30%. Because I am tracking a little bit of dry air across the peninsula, so that's going to lower rain chances for many of us. So if you have any outdoor plans today, it's Friday. Heavy rain, scattered heavy rain and storms are really not in the forecast for your Friday afternoon. But it is going to be hot, though. Check out your highs. Lower 90s in Orlando, Claremont, 93 in Leesburg, 94 in Ocala, and then our coastal community. Many cities are climbing into the upper 80s. That includes Cocoa Beach, Cape Canaveral, New Smyrna Beach, Melbourne, and then 90 in Titusville, much warmer in Palm Coast at 92. If you are planning a beach day today, it's going to be a really nice beach day. I last checked, we're looking at a moderate rip current risk, so just be careful. And right along that surf zone between 2 to 3 feet, those waves. So I do want to show you future radar here. Or before we get to future radar, that forecast for tomorrow, if you are heading out to Lake Mary, the parade starts at 10, plenty of sunshine, temperatures in the lower 80s, and then we're in the upper 80s around 11 under partly cloudy skies. So here's future radar. Timing out your day, clouds continuing to increase, a few isolated showers along the I-4 corridor, nothing too major. The sea breezes get going later on today around the 3-4 o'clock hour, and right along that boundary, we'll see scattered rain, a few downpours, again, really hit or miss. You may hear a few claps of thunder, and that's about it. Showers and storms continuing to push to our west, and then later on tonight, closer to sunset, most of the shower and storm activity fizzling out, and we're looking at a dry night ahead. Now switching gears, what's going on in the tropics? The latest update from the National Hurricane Center. The first wave here over the central Atlantic, it has a 50% chance for tropical development in the next 5 to 7 days as it continues westward towards the Lesser Antilles. It looks like it will try to organize. Atmospheric conditions look pretty favorable for that, and we may see our next tropical depression as early as next week. There's another wave closer to the coast of Africa. It looks pretty decent on satellite radar, very messy though. It's not going to do much in the next 24 to 48 hours. That's that area in yellow. But as we get closer to next week, mid next week, some tropical development is possible. It'll be a very slow progress, but we have plenty of time to watch both of these waves. And this is pretty normal as we get closer to the peak of hurricane season. In a few days, it'll be the 1st of September, and then the peak date of hurricane season is September 10th. So that's when we usually see an uptick of tropical waves, tropical activity across the Atlantic Basin and the Gulf of Mexico. So this is pretty normal. So here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Today, 30% chance for showers and storms. Copy and paste forecast for tomorrow. Now on Sunday, rain chances go up, that tropical moisture increasing across central Florida. So I placed a 50% chance for scattered rain and thunderstorms with a high of 92. And Labor Day is on Monday. If you're not working, lucky you, we're looking at a nice forecast at 93 with a 60% chance for showers and storms. And then for the rest of the week, Bridget, everything seems pretty unsettled with daily shower and thunderstorms activity and also our temperatures in the lower 90s.
All right, beautiful. Well, I like it. It sounds really good, Michelle. Appreciate you.
No problem.
All right,
See you
thank
soon.
you. All right, see you soon. Bye. All right, we want to get a check of the traffic too. Trooper Steve is out, and you know what? My co-anchor and insider guide and the traffic extraordinaire, Miss Crystal Moyer, is here because she could do it all. Hey, Crystal.
Hey, Bridget, and happy Friday. Yay!
Yes.
Yeah.
So glad, so glad. How are those roads?
Let's get right to the map here because we are seeing some heavy delays. And if you did not head out the door early this morning because you are doing some Labor Day traveling and you're planning on doing it later, we told you should have head out the door early because you're going to get stuck in that traffic. So let's take a look at some of the incidents we're seeing right now. The first one is in Seminole County in Oviedo. It's a minor crash here along State Road 417, southbound just before you hit Red Bug Lake Road. The left shoulder is blocked. You can see there the road rangers are on the scene as well as FHP. It is slowing down traffic a bit. You can see with the map, it is yellow, which means we are seeing delays. Not heavy right now, but again, you'll want to move over if you can. If you can't, you'll want to go down 20 miles per hour less than the posted speed limit so that the road rangers and those involved in the crash can safely work that and get it cleared. Now, there's another hot spot that we want to talk about, and this is over near the Osceola-Polk County line. And this is, if you're from this area, you're no stranger to the delays that we're seeing here near Champions Gate. And this is heading eastbound along I-4. You can see that red heading all the way up towards Champions Gate. If you look at the DOT camera there, you could see it is bumper to bumper. I'm not sure why. I mean, I try to ask Trooper Steve, like, what's the deal? Why is there always a delay here as you're heading towards 429? I don't know. Maybe he'll tell us one day in his Ask Trooper Steve. But we do want you to allow plenty of extra time as you're heading eastbound along I-4 for about 2 or 3 miles as you're traveling from 27 up towards 429. And then there's another wreck that we've been following, and this one is in Orange County, near Hunters Creek along Orange Blossom Trail heading southbound at Deerfield Boulevard. At least one lane is reported blocked, but I believe it's been pushed off to the side. And, that traffic indicator there showing green shows that there's not a major delay in the area. So I believe everything's been pushed off to the side fairly quickly. Not seeing any delay there along OBT, which is some good news. So let's head to the Metro Orlando area. For traveling along I-4 trying to get downtown, here are your drive times. 24 minutes. That is a heavy delay heading westbound. This is coming from Sanford along State Road 417 to State Road 50 in downtown Orlando. You'll want to allow plenty of time heading westbound. Heading eastbound, different story here, a green light ride along I-4 between Osceola Parkway to State Road 50 in downtown. And of course, we have to show you a live look with the DOT cameras. This is I-4 and Anderson Street. Once you get towards that Metro Orlando area, you're looking pretty good, Bridget. But again, this is Labor Day weekend, so we do expect quite a few folks who are driving with their families, especially wanting to head out to the beach. There's going to be some heavy delays and some traffic throughout the weekend.
Yeah, so you're going to want to pay attention to, your traffic maps and apps and everything to sort of time everything out and just be ready for maybe a few backups.
And be patient because we're going to have a lot of guests here. We know how that feels.
Yes. It's going to be busy. Well, we're going to talk about this parade from yesterday and the Lake Mary All-Stars. But Crystal, thank you so much because we're getting ready for some more traffic tomorrow in Lake Mary with the big parade.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be some good traffic, some welcome traffic, right?
Yes. And we have some good ways to get around that. So we're going to get to that. Thanks, Crystal. All right. So like we said, yesterday, Lake Mary All-Stars got a big celebration on Main Street USA at Disney, and it was just spectacular. Take a look at some of the footage. There they are. And everyone came out for this big celebration on Main Street USA. And the fellas even got to skip some of the lines and check out some of the top new attractions. So just a magical day, per usual, over there at Magic Kingdom. And so tomorrow is the big day in Lake Mary with the All-Stars hitting the road for their parade. And it's going to be a big celebration. And you'll want to know some ways to get around that traffic and sort of avoid the crowds if you want to get there. Maybe park at Sunrail, ride the Sunrail. But Catherine Silver talked to Trooper Steve about all those logistics so you can optimize your experience there tomorrow morning.
This is where it all begins, the starting point, Lake Mary Ave and Country Club Road.
This is going to be great because you're talking a quaint city. However, this parade, I think, will probably be the largest thing the city has seen in quite some time.
At 10 a.m., the marching band, mascots, former MLB players, and more will make their way towards 4th Street.
So the parade will turn here onto Crystal Lake Avenue. And we're talking, this is a side, almost business-style street. The good thing is there's plenty of sidewalks, right?
It's about a mile-long path for you to find a spot to see our world champions. It's fitting that we stopped right outside the Crazy Greek Kitchen because this is where our News 6 team will be. Anyone who lives here, knows this area, knows that it's not very big.
Correct.
You think people have to come in early?
Obviously, these roads and some of the closures will happen pretty early. We're talking 8, probably 7:45-ish.
Expect closures around the parade route. And if you're worried about parking, the city suggests the community center, Lake Mary Elementary, or lots off Country Club or Seminole Ave. Or don't worry at all and take a free Sunrail ride. Leave your car as far as Altamont.
We're probably expecting thousands of people to the point where extra law enforcement has been activated just to assist with stuff like that. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this in Lake Mary. You're from Lake Mary, so it should be a great time.
Catherine Silver, Getting Results, News 6.
So take advantage of that insider tip there, and remember the Sunrail like they mentioned. We also want to mention that we have an 8 o'clock special tonight, the It's Our Summer special. Justin will host that here on News 6, taking a look back at that incredible run for the All-Stars. And then, of course, tomorrow the coverage kicks off at 9:30. So we hope you'll join us here and on clickorlando.com and come out to the parade in person if you can as well. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with former Mouseketeer Jennifer McGill and also a preview of Black Men Sunday. Stay tuned. Here with Breakfast with Bridgett on News 6 Plus and clickorlando.com. We have a special guest with us this morning, Jennifer McGill, a former Mouseketeer on Disney's all-new Mickey Mouse Club. And they are celebrating the 35th anniversary of the all-new Mickey Mouse Club. And that just really... Jennifer, that really dates us, but you know what? That was a time to be alive. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Good morning. It absolutely was a fantastic time to be alive. That's why there's a whole 90s con now to celebrate that era.
And the exciting thing is you guys will be there. A lot of the former Mouseketeers will be at 90s con, and it's going to be right in our backyard.
That's right. Daytona Beach. It is a hop, skip, and a jump away, as you all know, from the Orlando territory. I used to live in Orlando for many, many years. That's where we taped the all-new Mickey Mouse Club. We were a part of the backstage tour at Disney's MGM Studios. And so to be living in Ormond Beach, Daytona Beach area is so exciting to be that close to my home time back in the 90s on the show. But now I get this whole new role of being artistic director for Halifax Repertory Theater, who is producing the get together time, the after party, like all the things that 90s Con is bringing the Mouseketeers in to be a part of this year, right here in Daytona Beach. I'm so excited that all my worlds are colliding.
Yes. So if you've never been to 90s Con, what is this like? I know about MegaCon. So is this like, it's like that, but it's just 90s centric? Like, we need to have like outfits every day to come out, and like who all's gonna be there with you guys?
I remember going to the first one in Connecticut, and one of my big moments was meeting Christopher Lloyd, who was there specifically for Back to the Future, but you can't box in Christopher Lloyd just for that. And so, I mean, there were so many iconic people there. Some of the people I got to meet, TLC, of course, Melissa Joan Hart. We used to know each other and run around back in the day when we were all taping in Orlando, our different shows. And I Joey Fatone stopped by, I think he could only make it to Sunday, so his line for autographs and photos it was amazing. And we have fantastic guests coming in this year. But if you can just imagine just a large space where you can get in line to see some of your favorite iconic actors, singers, personalities from the 90s. You have 90210 coming. And of course, there's going to be a wonderful tribute to Shannon Doherty. And you have Charmed, of course, as well. I mean, that's just in that little camp. I mean, anything that you can think of from the 90s that you used to watch to bring you joy, to listen to bring you joy, we have representation here at 90s Con. And it's just a huge warehouse of all of your fantastic memories. You also have fan art that you can purchase. You can purchase autographs and picture opportunities with your people. And our Always in the Club Foundation and Halifax Repertory Theater booth, we are going to have some cool selfie opportunities that will, you can brag to your friends about possibly doing roll call with our particular setups that we have. And so I will also be at the booth, especially on Saturday. So we certainly want you to come out. The Mouseketeers are ready to host an after party on Saturday. We have so many cool things to represent, but we are just a drop in the bucket of all the fantastic icons who will be represented there. And 90s Con is so much larger this year than it was when I attended. So please bring your 90s trendy clothes, find all your acid washed and side ponytail vibes and all your friendship bracelets. You come be a part of this. It's going to be just such a memory. And if you have a big group that loves celebrating 90s, this is the place to come for the whole weekend.
And it is so nostalgic. That's just 2 weeks away, so you want to mark your calendars for that. And Jennifer, you're one of the co-founders of the Always in the Club Foundation, and I've met with Chase in Hampton before and Dale Gaboldo, and a lot of you guys formed this foundation to sort of help reach youth and help encourage more of the arts. Tell us about what you guys have been up to. You've also raised millions of dollars as well for charity.
Well, I remember with MMC 30, I wasn't on the board then, and that was really my big introduction to how powerful the love behind this era still is today with all of our fans. We were reintroduced to a lot of our fans online when a lot of the social media platforms started to become really powerful many years ago. And, Always in the Club Foundation is about connecting arts and youth, very similar to the very special opportunities we got as Mouseketeers to be trained by all sorts of people who had that Disney quest for excellence, the standard at which we were trained at such a young age. I started with my contract at 10 years old. The pilot was shot when I was 11 years old. It debuted, before I was 12, I believe, on the Disney Channel. We were a hit show. And the type of training that we received back in the day, before auto-tune, before we were even allowed to write our own songs or choreograph anything for ourselves, what we learned in how to be directed in the business, how to have a successful time navigating this business as a career, it is invaluable information that allowed us all to soar to new heights in our career as we got older and, navigated where we wanted to land in this business. Now I'm a huge advocate and educator for youth in the arts. And so it was a no-brainer to join the board of Always in the Club Foundation. And that is what we do. We were recently at Disney World. We spent a weekend with a group of kids who were really meeting each other for the first time, had a shared love for the arts and leadership. And so some of us Mouseketeers were hosts and mentors for Disney's Imagination Campus. So we got to take our kids through a leadership representation at Disney, as well as they got to learn a musical number and got to experience the stage. Even one of our kids got to look into how to running tech and how to push the buttons during the production. So everyone was finding new ways that they were able to connect with young people, with like-minded people, but also with now that we're adults and we're mentors, they're able to learn from people who were in the business when they were those kids' age as well. And, really appreciating how you're never too young to learn from the best if that's the career that you're interested in following. We want to support those kids. We want to support anyone in the arts, which is now why Halifax Repertory Theater and bringing them into the production value with Always in the Club Foundation and 90s Con. Now, as I'm a coach for that community, the community in Ormond Beach and Daytona, I'm able to bring that mentorship here locally, but also now to funnel it back through my fellow Mouseketeers and 90s Con. So
Yeah,
I am just in heaven with
I
how much
know.
all of my
And
goals are aligned.
before I let you go, you have a big show. Speaking of the youth and the arts, you have a big holiday show coming up at Halifax Repertory.
That's right. Yes, we are going to be at the Ormond Beach Performing Arts Center. I know it's the weekend of December 18th. I want to say it's about the 20th.
Okay.
That's when we would open.
Okay.
We get into that theater and we do Tech Week. It's I Heart the Holidays, IHRT the Holidays. And so we are
Great.
going to be pooling in the community, dancing, singing. We're certainly going to be bringing in the holidays with some flair for everyone.
Beautiful. Well, it's great to meet with you. Hope to chat with you again soon, Jennifer. And if I don't see you until then, have fun at 90s Con.
Thank you, Bridgett.
All right,
Much
take
love.
care.
Thank you all.
Bye. All righty. So that's fun. A lot of fun stuff coming up. And speaking of things coming up, Blackman Sundays is coming up. And we're happy to have News 6 photojournalist and host of Blackman Sundays podcast, Corey Murray, with us once again. Haven't seen you in so long, my friend. Happy Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday. How you doing?
I'm good. I see you working on the beard. So there's something to do with beards coming up this Sunday. Tell us more.
Yeah, definitely. So listen, on Black Men Sundays, we talk about generational wealth, finance, mental health, business, but we also need to talk about grooming sometimes.
Hmm.
So I speak with Chris Hinton. This brother's the founder of Beard Guides. And when you see this brother's soundbite and you see his beard, you're going to see why it's called Beard Guides. Because
Okay.
as you notice, I've been trying to grow my beard out for like the last few years. I cut it off for the new year, but I had to ask this brother, I said, okay, when we're talking about setting up your business, how did you get the money to set up Beard Guides? Let's roll that.
I had these stocks, and I knew all the stocks at that time they were about to go down. So I was like, let me just take a temporary loss, right? I'm gonna take this money and I'm gonna do this beard thing. Let's say AMC was at 22 at the time, right? AMC is still at $5. I sold all my stocks at maybe 22. And that's what gave me a couple $1,000s to start this business.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's right, to start his business. But because we're a finance podcast, but we had to get a little personal with him. I'm like, okay, you see my beard. I've been trying to grow mine for a while. What tips can you give me?
So she showed me a picture of you, and I saw your beard, right? And your beard looks great. I just think, and I could tell, and you tell me if I'm wrong or not. Your goatee grows quicker than everything else.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. My goatee and under my like I would say the goatee and under my neck grows crazy, but like the
Right,
sideburns take
right.
20 years. Yeah.
I'm gonna send you some biotin. So biotin is a natural supplement. It's gonna strengthen your beard, and it's gonna enhance. It's gonna give the nutrients that it needs. Right? Do you go to a barber? You go to a barber, right?
Yes.
Just smooth your goatee out and under, right? Leave the middle alone and just smooth down your sideburns. Have a little patience. Don't cut, don't trim it, no nothing. Just edge it up 1, 2 months. Let's see if it fills in.
Yeah. So let's see
Well,
if it fills in. I'm waiting on that biotin to arrive at my house.
well, Corey,
I think
you
I'm
know what? You have long hair under that hat, so I can just imagine the beard's gonna just take off.
It's funny you say that because in the show I said I noticed brothers either have big beards and they're bald, or you have hair like me that grows like a newborn at
Huh.
45, but then the
So
beard
so it's
doesn't
not
do anything.
necessarily correlating, is what you're saying. Okay.
No, no. So I'm trying to make
Okay.
it correlate, but I've been a little lazy with it a little bit as well. So this show drops this Sunday, Black Men Sundays. We're talking finance with Chris Hinton. We're also going to have a discount code if you want to buy some of his Beer Guides products. They're all
Very
premium
cool.
products. If you want to buy those, you'll be able to, but you have to listen to Black Men Sundays this
Mm-hmm.
Sunday to get that discount code. So, fellas, this
Mm-hmm.
show is for you. If you have a patchy beard, if you have an itchy beard, if you have a beard like me where you can't grow the sideburns, this show is for you. And ladies, holidays are coming up. If you want your man to have a nice, clean, groomed beard, if you want a nice beard, listen to this show. And ladies, I'm telling you, you will be happy with these products.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try them out. I'm very excited. And like I said, it's Black Men Sunday. So we're giving you the whole, we're in season 5 now. We're like 125 shows. We're in
It's
season
just
5.
rolling
So
right along.
yeah, we're riding right along. And I already see Kathleen's talking to you because you're already looking around. So let me
Well,
shut
she
up.
shows me hand signs and we have to wrap up. But the Beard Gods with Chris Hinton coming up on Sunday, and that drops at
That's right.
midnight. At midnight?
That's right.
All
Yeah, it
right.
drops at midnight. In case you haven't noticed, you noticed the hat he had on. So, we talked a little politics as well. So
Okay.
tune in.
Very nice. All right. Thank you, Corey. Good to see you. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
All right. So that's going to do it for us on this Finally Friday edition. Hope you have a great Labor Day weekend. I'll see you at noon today, and I'll see you back for more breakfast coming up on Tuesday. Take care. Be safe.